I'm Aisha. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm 12.
And we're IJT Productions.
Hey everyone, we are IJT and we are back with another video, another IJT Presents conversation. And today I have the lovely Isha, with
Hi.
us, and we have the wonderful Jay Asman with us. And we are talking about, you know, character and the perception of character and people misreading your character, or have you ever misread someone's character? So I'm gonna begin. I'm not gonna pass this to New Year. I'm not gonna put nobody on the spot. So I'll begin.
Wow.
Knew
So
you.
I'm healing. I'm healing.
Oh,
So
okay.
Okay, 12. Okay, 12. I like it.
so the reason why this topic has come up, because recently I've had an interesting experience with um someone that I've known for a year now that has still kind of put me in this particular box. I thought that you know, we evolved past that, but we've recently had a conversation, and it's like, wow, you really still have this narrative, and like it's completely wrong. But the individual is is very adamant about standing on this perception that they created, but it's literally not adding up, because it's like you thinking one thing about me, but at the same time, it's like there's no evidence, there's no proof, there's no history of me doing any of these things that you created in your mind. But you still, instead of just saying, like, you know what, maybe I was wrong about this person, it's like, no, I just know, I feel it. And it's like, there's literally nothing there. So that's where the inspiration from that came from. So I wanted to know, have you ever, any of you ever experienced, you know, somebody putting you in a box or having a particular perception over you based on just a narrative or a judgment that they created on their own?
Hmm.
That's a good question.
Yeah. You want to take it, Jazz? Or you want me to go?
Oh, go ahead, Ish. It's a new year. It's
Uh-huh.
a new you.
Okay. No. It's I'm still the same. I just have more, I guess, improving to do. So I'll say for that, yeah. I've experienced someone misreading my character. But not because they didn't know me, because I'll talk about it. We went on a trip to like DC, and I met the person. I didn't know them that long, like as you know them for like a year. I've probably only known them for maybe about 5 months before we was going on this trip. Well, my thing is that if I have a friend who I'm cool with and then they invite somebody, I'm thinking, my perspective is I have the expectation that this person is going to be like my friend. I have to stop myself there. That's my first thing. So meeting the person, they came off cool, and then we got on the trip. I was like, oh, you different from my friend, because I'm thinking birds of a feather flock together. So that's something I have to learn. So I have to lower my expectations. But the person experienced a lot of church hurt. And when they found that I was a Christian, they projected all of the church hurt they had, or any stereotypes that they've experienced from Christians in general, onto me. So I was like, I couldn't be perfect, because I had to be perfect because I was a Christian. So if I did something like, oh, I wore shorts, oh my gosh, like you could wear that.
Christians
Or if
wear
I did it
shorts.
like shorts,
Like,
or if I like even hit a dance move because I had rhythm, like back in the day, like some she was like, oh, you moving. I was like, listen, God is still on my heart. But if Juvenile with a 99 2000 comes on every now and then, I gotta show you how to do this stuff. But that was between girls, so behind closed doors. Like I feel like when Black people get together, we twerk. It's a form of worship. But anyway, I digress. But she was just like, my gosh, you can't do that. I was like, I'm fully clothed. I'm around y'all. Ain't nobody in here. It's not like a strip club. We're literally dancing, doing karaoke. What did you expect? But
right.
the person had expectations that, because I am a Christian, I cannot do certain things. I didn't shoot nobody. We didn't like go rob, kill, steal, or destroy anything. So I was just like on the John 10:10, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you thinking I am? We got to talk and speak more. She shared her piece on it and was like, wow, I didn't know like you could, you know, be like as chill as what the Christian she experienced before. And I was just like, I'm here to balance like Christ and culture. Like that's what it is. I have certain things that I can't do. Like I wasn't drinking or smoking or doing the things that they would do. And they were like, oh, you still having a good time? Like you can do that sober. I'm like, yes, I've been before Christ. I've been down with that, but I can still have fun sober. And it's amazing to wake up and not have a headache. Like it's amazing to wake up and remember what I did. Like, yeah, so I can do that. But that was something where I've learned in two streets, like in two sides of that, where I can't project that because someone is a friend of somebody that had the expectation birth for the flock together, because it's not necessarily true. And also that people have this thing of that if you're a Christian, you have to be Old Testament, like that's it, I'm perfect. So I was just like, okay. So that was one, yeah.
Okay. Take it away, Jazz.
So a lot of people, when they look at me, they think that I'm mean. Like I don't know what it is about me. I don't know. Maybe it's my Brooklyn's face. I don't know what it is. Like, you know, but they said that, you know, when they first see me, that they're either scared of me or they don't know how to approach me because I come across me like I have a mean looking face. So I'm learning how to smile more and like being engaging because I could understand how that could come across, because like I said, I'm from Brooklyn, so you gotta have your Brooklyn face on. But other than that, like you know, like I think I'm a nice person, but that, and then for me, what I think I assume on the other side is that because I think I'm so nice, I think that everyone else nice. Like I assume that everyone is trustworthy, they're nice, like there's nothing going on in this heart of theirs, you know. Especially like when it comes to friends, like because I have so much love for my friends, I expect them to have the same type of love that I have. So like when I don't receive that, it's just like, oh, you know, like, you know, who hurt you, you know, like I want to know what happened to you. So I could project that on someone, like, you know, because I'm a certain way, you have to be this certain way too, you know. But I'm not saying that people are not loving, but it's just like, I don't know, like it's a lot of closed offness, you know, that I do experience and stuff like that. So from people, I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to get new friends. I don't know. But it's just like, that's what I can experience. But I know also too, like just speaking with a couple of my friends, like they did let me know, like because of hurt they experienced from other people that were their best friends or close to them, they found out someone talked behind their back, gossip about them. So they do have to like put up this wall, you know, until they can, you know, until they feel comfortable and stuff like that, you know. Because of like past hurt that they experience. So yeah. And another thing too that, you know, Aisha, like she mentioned like church, is because like I go to church and stuff like that. I don't get invited to a lot of things. Like people just don't invite me because they assume that, oh, she gonna be like share her faith, or oh my gosh, she gonna be preaching about Jesus and all that stuff. That's all she know. Like she ain't no fun and all this other stuff. Like I could have pure fun and I could have a good time, like a great time. Like I could probably have more fun than you because I'm pure like having fun. I'm not worried about nothing. It could also be like a little downfall because people, you know, will just label me as this person, or, you know, so. But that's pretty much as far as that goes of character.
Yeah. I think y'all both touched on a very important thing, which is like projection. And I know, at least for me, I like to think that I'm a pretty healthy person. So like I'm pretty generous as far as like how I interact with people. I'm very giving, and you know, I like to offer. I like everybody to have a good time. So I love to host people. I love to be generous. But if your instinct is like, your response to that is like, oh, there's an agenda or there's a elaborate plan. It's like nobody's trying to do nothing to you. Like I'm not trying to, you know, give you things just in the name of like, you know, at some point I'm gonna come in and collect something. It's like I don't need to do that. So when people create these narratives, it's frustrating because it's like you can look at somebody and create a narrative. That's fine. But at a certain point, it's like it gotta like add up though. You can't keep saying like, oh, this person is, you know, this person has red flags or this, that, and the third, but the only interactions you have with them are positive. This person is generous, this person is thoughtful, this person is respectful, this person is like considerate, but you completely ignoring that and saying like, oh no, but I have this feeling that like you're
Right.
gonna, and it's like I'm not that's not why I am in life. I have no need to sneak attack anybody or to be nice to people in the name of trying to like gain something at the end. Like my heart generally likes to give, so it's like I don't sit there and do tit for tat. Like, well, I did you a favor, so you have to do me a favor, and this costs this amount of money, so you need to like. I don't think like that. So for people that do, it's like just say that. Just go heal. Say I need to heal. Go say that. But don't don't ruin it for the people that's actually healthy out here and don't have no agenda. Like I
Yeah.
don't have an ulterior motive. Like I'm nice because I like to be nice, not because I'm sitting here scheming and trying to come up with like nobody like. And it's not to diminish that because that happens. Some people do that, but it's literally like it has to add up. And one thing that is a huge red flag is like with those types of individuals that have those particular preconceived notions, it's like I'm not going to be your punching bag. Like if you got trauma, you had bad relationships, or you had things happen to you in your past, don't bring that here because I'm not over here bringing any experiences or negative experiences and projecting that on you. So if you have anything that's going on, like we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We could try to find some healing or some type of
Can we
solution.
talk
I could
challenge?
huh?
Can we
What you
talk
say?
challenge?
Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like don't try to put everybody in a box. Like if a person with glasses and locks did you wrong, don't just assume that oh I'm like that's not because it has to add up at some point. At some point it has to be deeper than oh I just know I just feel because you can't go to the doctor and say I have cancer and they like well why do you say I just it's just a feeling it's like how they gonna heal how they gonna figure out a diagnosis if you just I just feel it's like okay do you have a tumor do you like is there anything that's cancerous at all or is it you just you know creating this narrative because it's your reaction to trauma so it's just that's very frustrating especially if you literally can't add it up and last thing I'm gonna say is, um, I don't want people in my life that can't explain to me why you want me in your life. If you have the narrative, like if you think I'm negative, you think I'm this, I'm that. Why? What you want me around for? You get what I'm saying? If that's what you really, if you really believe this, then why aren't you distancing yourself? Why? It's like you want to prove a point, and it's like I'm not going to even give you the satisfaction because that's not my intention. But it's like make a decision. Either you're gonna be be able to say, you know what, I thought this about you, but as I got to know you, you're not this person, or I really truly believe that you are this person that you know I'm projecting. So I'm gonna distance myself, but you can't have it both ways. It can't be, and it's like we
it's
don't do
really
that over here.
yeah, it's really hard for people to I guess read people's character and heart to see how the
Hmm.
person aligns with like what is genuine and what is someone who
Yeah,
is like a serpent. So
true, indeed. But
I know
yeah,
boundaries have to happen though.
yeah,
Like
and that's the
yeah.
thing. It's like for my own peace of mind, it's like I don't want to constantly feel like I got to prove a point. I don't always want to have to make an announcement like I'm doing this nice gesture. Like,
Right.
hope you know that it's like you don't want to be on eggshells like that and having to constantly feel like this person is it's like you gotta be so calculated when you just want to be yourself. It's like I got y'all we cool. I don't have to be like, yo, Aisha, like, do I have permission to like let's like we're cool. Of course everybody has boundaries and respect each other, but it's
Mhm.
like with generosity, I don't have to like make announcements and be on eggshells. It's like I'm not perfect, but it's like we have to be mindful, like, yo, separate the two, like you said, like separate both. Like if you got trauma, that's one thing, but don't just put it all in a box and just throw everybody in there with it. Because even me, like I've had perceptions of certain people just off just the way they carry themselves, maybe the way they spoke, different things, values, and then it's like, wait, like okay, like you, all right, like you can let your hair down, you cool. Like I thought you was more on this type of time, but when you get to know them and you have conversations with them, it's like I'm not gonna sit there and still, um, because my first instinct said this about this person. Like I'm just gonna stick with that. It's like I'm gonna move on to where you are now. So, and people change. Like people change. People evolve. So holding people to certain standards and things like that, just because again you don't want to just admit that you know what maybe I was wrong about this person. Maybe you know what, this actually is a genuine person. It's like instead it's like they want to carry that like badge of honor. Like no, I trust myself. I know I was right. I know I seen the red flag, and it's like you might have, but you're wrong right now. Literally, like you've been wrong, and it's like I'm not gonna keep again being on eggshells. You know, trying to offer my friendship to somebody that's receiving it as if it's a bad thing. You know, that's just not healthy. You know, on both parts. And again, if you feel that way, it's like you don't need to be around me.
Yeah,
If that's how you really feel, if you really feel like there's some elaborate agenda that's going to happen, then get away from me.
that's
You
why
know,
like I
so
try to build deep connections with people that are in my life. Like I just don't have like regular friendships. Like there is a special connection that I have with each and every single one of my friends because I want to share
big
that.
time.
I want to share that love. Like we have different
Right.
levels of love. It's not that it's different, but I mean, it's different
Mhm.
in the way of how we communicate and how we hang out and how we share those things. So like,
Yes.
I always try to be encouraging to my friends or love them as much as possible or
Hmm.
whatever. Not to like people please so much, but it's more so like
Yeah.
to just to show them what love and true friendship is because a lot of the times people
Right.
don't have that, and you could be that
Exactly.
only person that could give it to them. So why not?
Yeah.
It's easier to
True.
love and it's difficult to hate to me. So I just
Right.
put it out there. So if you're my friend, okay, and if you feel like Jasmine be mean mugging you and all this other stuff, like no, she not. She's loving. Trust me.
Yeah. But see, even with that, the people pleasing, I think sometimes that's something that I have a challenge with as well, because I have that's where my heart is as well. It's like I want to give people love. So when people have trauma and things like that, I be thinking like, oh, if you love them, that's gonna. And it's like sometimes people not they not they can't receive it, and sometimes you have to walk away because it's like you're gonna do more damage to yourself trying to force and project love on somebody that's literally resisting it. So that's something that I feel like that's why it is
Yep.
is
That's
torn on me so long because I was trying to like, be considerate. Like, okay, maybe there was some things that happened in the past. Maybe there was some, traumas and things like that. Trying to be compassionate, but being that way was still received with negativity, backlash, judgment, misunderstanding of my character, misrepresentation of who I am. And at this point, it's like, all right, I'm that's not my job to heal you. Like it's not my job to prove anything to you. It's not my job to again make an announcement of how my character is. Like my actions is going to show it. So if you are literally receiving my actions as a negative thing, that's your business. But if you, um, my only thing is just truly stand on that. Just make sure that you just get away from me if you really feel like I'm up to something. But don't lie now. Like don't lie on my character if you literally see like wow he is genuine. So you're gonna take the genuine parts, but then like when it's convenient, it's like but not no I still kind of feel like you're gonna do so. It's like no, I won't be around you. Like I'm not gonna be around you. I don't got time.
There was a show that I was watching on OWN. It's like Hot Women List, like Atlanta, like they're real estate agents in Atlanta, like
Yeah,
a group of women. And one of the women stated that she grew up in a place of struggle. She didn't grow up from a place of love. So she was dealing with some traumas with like one of her friends. So when her friend was coming off like compassionate situation, no matter what happened, like it it escalated. So if you know like based on who your friend is, well, you know her character, you feel the backlash of it. I think you get an idea of how you can treat that person accordingly. Like if you feel the need that someone is pushing you away, then it's like maybe I need to take a step back. But
Hmm.
also too, like although she might be misreading your character, I don't want you to keep throwing your character on her with the love if it can't be received like you stated. So sometimes you might
Right.
have to take a step back and be like, look, listen, I'm just taking a step back because anything I do, it might also be a good idea because you're a person who also focuses on people's love languages. Find out what that is if she has one or which one would it be, because although your love language is quality time and like
Hmm.
gifts or something like that, hers might be like,
Right.
listen, I don't want all that. Just like hold my
Hmm.
hand or whatever. Like just that's it. Like just try to
Right.
find a balance or anything as friends or whatever. But I think once you like take the step back and really be like, so what can I do? Or maybe your presence needs to be felt distant. So that way people can be like, yo, dad, what happened? What happened to 12? Like, what's up? It's
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
you
take
check
a
for
step.
me. That's what I got to say about
All right.
that.
No, I totally agree, and that's the process that's happening right now. Is just like enough is enough, um, because it's draining. It's like it's literally draining. Like
Sounds draining.
always, yeah, always constantly being on edge, and always like you being nice, and it's like oh, but no, that it's like look, I'm 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 loving who love me. So if you're not in the space to be and you don't want love, cool. No problem. Nobody forcing you. But I totally agree that it's really the second part you said, just constantly like offering and offering it, like that's just it's just draining. I don't have a point to prove. And I shouldn't have to because I don't set that kind of standard for people. I don't because this person that I was friends with, they backstabbed me. I just met you. Now I'm old, like projecting that like that don't have that you get a clean slate until you show any type of sign of something that is like, okay, this is a red flag. And because I've got backstabbed, then I know how to move accordingly. But I'm not gonna just start off the game like that, like just off the rip. Like the first time we meet, it's like oh, this person backstabbed me, so I know what's coming with you.
Got
Right.
it.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Just
You
just get the
know?
boundary set, bro.
Yeah, set them things. So,
Yeah.
That's
guys,
good.
you got anything?
I just want to encourage people to, to take their time to get to know someone before they judge them, and then make the
Thank you,
right
guys.
judgment based on, your interaction with them because you know who needs to be in your life. So that's all I have to say. That's my advice. It's just get to know the person.
Well, this has been a 1228 therapy session hosted by Aisha and Jasmine as usual. I don't get to see it on YouTube, but that's how kind of how it goes. But but
That's how it always goes. Go ahead.
but but I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments as far as people misjudging your character. Have you ever misjudged somebody and you've been wrong and you had to admit like I thought this about this person, but as I got to know them, like there was a complete 360, and we good friends or relationship, business, whatever it may have became. You had to came to that conclusion. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's dialogue in the comments. We are IJT Productions. Make sure you like
Mhm.
this video and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you at the next video.
Thank you so much for watching. Please share, subscribe, and like, comment. We appreciate you all, and thank you all for watching.